All right, this is the RC1200 or the linked RC600s. I'm going to give you a little bit of a comprehensive rundown of how I'm running all this. So you can see back here, that's an X32 with the mixer on the iPad over Wi-Fi. That's pretty standard for the X32 rack. Now, I use this M-Audio trigger finger, which is just a real cheap solution for triggering drums through the RC600. So that's got the stock sounds that are just in the looper. I set these switches up here to be able to change through. I can select 6 different drum kits based on how they are laid out together within the looper themselves. So this dial over here starts at brush kit, and then if I spin it, it's cajon. Over here is one of the like hip hop kits. It's like a dance kit. I think that's like the techno or the I don't remember which one. I think this is the 808, 909, whatever. So that's there. This fader changes the rhythm volume. So if I need that to be louder, because those shakers don't get very loud. So if I do that, I can get those shakers up a little bit louder. So that's that. And then I'm going to come down here closer to the floor. Well, actually, let's go here to the keyboard. So the keyboard's just coming in standard. It's a Akai. Do you want to say Akai? That's how I say it, Akai. It's the mini play. So whatever, it's got the onboard sounds. Super cheap, super easy to integrate into an RC600 setup. And that's coming in here to instrument 2. And so what I have on the whole thing here is some effects. My guitar is routed through the HX Stomp. I can put just a bass tone. So this is my bass, just bass. That is my guitar tone. And this is for when I change over to guitar beatboxing. If I'm on the main tone, I can kick in the OC5, but if I click over to the bass, it ignores this. So it'll only run the guitar and the OC5 together when I'm on my actual rhythm tone. Standard chorus, so that's just a chorus sound, and this is kind of like a wacky chorus sound that I have set there. Down here, just a few delay settings that I like to use. This one's kind of like a lead delay. This one's more for a rhythm delay. This one's a nice washy delay that's got pretty good filter on the actual repeats, and good old Harmony Singer 2, can't go wrong. Over here, this is just a cheap little Sonic Cake Matribox, whatever you want to say. So I've got volume, can kill all the volume. This is guitar reverb, this is guitar tremolo, and when you push in, you get wah. So pretty handy to have that there, pretty small footprint. Coming back over here, so this is what we all want to get into, but that's the guitar stuff. This is what we want to get into now, is on the actual RC600s. So as I said, they're linked together, they're synced up. Here, I'll go over here to mode 3, where I have tap tempo set, so you can see if I'm tapping tempo, they're gonna stay in sync. So this changes my modes. That's an all clear, all start stop. The all clear actually clears both units. The all stop starts and stops both units. This is track 1. So we have record, overdub, play, and this is play stop. So same, so track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, all the same. Record, overdub, play stop, record, overdub, play stop. So single mode, single mode, single mode, multi-mode, multi-mode, multi-mode. This will take guitar and bass and keyboard. Guitar, bass, keyboard, guitar, bass, keyboard, guitar, bass, keyboard. This is taking the drums and the drums. So this track is usually my main drum loop. and this one is like drum candy. So like adding bongos or a little extra cymbals or whatever it is. And what's cool is you'll see here, if I start that loop, it's in auto record. If I record something, and then, so it's gonna go to overdub mode if I do it like that. If I go to the next loop, this has now told the rest of them, oh, you know what? Yeah, it's no longer in auto. It's no longer in auto record. So I can basically record as needed on the rest of them without having to worry about the input value of the instrument. But it's nice to do that for the drums, because then you get a nice drum hit right on the one without having any gaps on the start of the loop. And then you just obviously have to make sure that you stop the loop at the right time. And then, so when I clear that, it's going to turn auto record back on. So that's super helpful for me as I start a song, play a song, and then stop and clear a song and get into the next one. It will, you know, I'm playing 30, 40 songs in a night. I just keep it on one memory. And so basically, you know, I want to always come back to being able to hit that loop and start a fresh drum beat that's going to be synced up, and then lay the rest of the song out. As far as the outputs are concerned on this one, and I just changed this today, so I have no microphones coming into the main unit at this time. Guitar and bass come in, as I said before, the keyboard. Now this is where the recorded bass comes out, recorded guitar comes out, live bass, live guitar, and the drums. And then obviously the peripherals over here, which actually I didn't get to. So I have this set right now to being like a track. It's a track effect that makes it kind of lo-fi. It's got a real aggressive low pass on it, which also affects the output of the EQ of the output. So it's like a nice lo-fi sound for transitions and whatnot. This is track 1 undo redo, track 2 undo redo, track 3 undo redo, so that I can add more layers. It's almost like having, to me, it's like having even more tracks within the tracks. And as we come up here, you can see too on the mixer, it's all split out. So you have drums on one. We'll come back to this. This is actually percussion. It says keys, but it's percussion. Live vocal, vocal loops, recorded bass, recorded guitar, live guitar. And then coming over here to the other RC unit, the way that I have this set up is just, I only have 3 tracks over here, so I'm not running all 12 tracks right now. It's not needed, and it's not actually why I set up the 2. What I'm using it for is so I can isolate more of what I want to be isolated, because you saw over there on the first unit that I'm pretty maxed out on outputs and inputs. And so the changes that I made today, this is vocal loop 1, just normal play stop, vocal loop 2, play stop, and that stays nice and isolated in the mixer so that it doesn't get jumbled up. This is my percussion loop, play stop. Up here, I have the input effects. So that's kind of like a vocal megaphone type sound, like your Scott Weiland sort of distortion thing. This is a timed quarter note delay for the microphone, and this is kind of like a more of like a, it's the mod delay, and I have it set to be a little bit more reggae sounding, like a reggae sounding effect basically. I did that because what I did have before was having the input effects on these 3, and the microphone was coming in here, but I realized today as I was setting this up that if I rerouted the entire microphone setup to this only, that it would free me up to be able to put those undo redos here. So I've got a lot of stuff all on the main page without ever having to go a layer deeper. But if I do need to go a layer deeper, what I have set is go into this mode. This will clear any of the tracks. So quickly going into mode 2, let's say I really messed up and I hate what I did, I can clear it. You know, all of these are just, it's track 1 clear, 2 clear, 3, 4, 5, 6 clear. and then dump back out to that real quickly and get back to doing what I'm doing. Over here, this one's actually kind of interesting. So this is set up, I'm gonna show you over here as I press it. So you see the mute groups on the mixer? I'm muting 4 there, muting and unmuting 3. So this is going through the RC600 number 2 unit, but it's sending a MIDI command to the X32 to turn on and off these mute groups. So mute group 3 is a vocal reverb, so that my actual vocal reverb can be like a post fader, a true bus send reverb effect over here. And then the other mute group is muting my guitar, which not the live guitar, but the tracked guitar. So let's say I want to go into like a bass groove or something where it's just drums and bass, and I recorded everything on the one track. So drums are going here, and I've got like a verse or something going here, and it's drums or the bass and the guitar. If I mute that one, it'll just play the bass. Unmute, it'll play the guitar. And I don't have the time right now to go through and play a song, but if anybody wants me to play you something, I would be more than happy to show you all of this. But for now, that is the rig, and it's pretty cool, and it all stays synced up. I just played with it for about an hour, and it sounded really cool, and it actually was the first time that I got to play and enjoy playing with the vocal loops going, because usually the vocal loops were like going in on a I don't know what you want to call it, a utility channel, and I didn't like playing through utility channels on the mixer where there were multiple instruments and things going with the vocal. But anyway, that's the setup. Let me know what you think, and let me know if any of this sparks any ideas for you, or if you have any questions about the actual assigns or anything like that. Okay, bye.